Don't worry about your work, you give it. What do you want? You want a roof? I'll give you. You want food every day? I'll give you. All you have to do is just sit in one place and be blissful. I will feed you for the rest of your life. Can you do? No, you want to mess up something every day. People say they're only working for a living. I said, don't worry, I'll give you shelter, I'll give you food every day, no problem. All you have to do is, I want to see tears of blissfulness. That's all the requirement. You don't have to do any work, you don't have to serve me, you don't have to produce anything, nothing. Just sit here blissfully, we'll feed you, we'll worship you. No. So the problem is not in your work, the problem is not in your life, the problem is not in the world that you live, the problem is just that you have not done the necessary things for this one to flow through this effortlessly, beautifully. The necessary work has not been done and we're just hoping it'll happen by accident. It doesn't happen by accident. Lot of people in the world think United States of America is heaven. People who live here don't think so at all. Isn't it so? Isn't it? Lot of people in the world are dying to get an entry into the country. You open up the southern borders, 10 million people will enter tomorrow morning because they think this is heaven. But you are not experiencing it that way, isn't it? You are not experiencing this as heaven because hell and heaven is not a geographical place. Hell and heaven is what you make out of yourself, isn't it? Too much talk about heaven has been going on because there are too many people who made a hell out of themselves. If you had made a heaven out of yourself, would you talk about going to heaven? If you sit here and you're feeling ecstatic right now, would you aspire to go to heaven, I'm asking? Once it happened, early 20th century, an Orthodox Greek church, a bishop from that church, you know, Orthodox Greeks have their own separate church, they have their own pope who lives in Turkey, you know this? So a bishop from this order had heard so much about Indian mysticism and he wanted to go to India, but he never got around to make it because he had to serve the cloth that he wore. And after 60 years of age, when he is semi-retired, he got the opportunity and went to India. So he came to South India, near where we are, and he wanted to meet a mystic, a yogi. So somebody said, go up this mountain, near a cave, there is a yogi sitting, you can go. So our man went, plodded up the mountain, halfway up and went. In front of a cave, an old man with a gentle smile upon his face was just sitting with his eyes closed. So the bishop went and prostrated. He cannot do it, he is not made for that. But they had told him, if you go to India, you have to crawl. He prostrated like this and with all his four limbs he got up. The yogi looked at him with amusement. Obviously, he has never prostrated anywhere before. And he smiled. Then the bishop said, I am like this, I am a bishop. I have served in the church for so long, but I have a few questions, can you answer? The yogi smiled and said, yes, please, whatever the question. Then the bishop asked, what is life? at the age of 60. What is life? So the yogi closed his eyes, became very blissful and said, life is like the fragrance of a jasmine on the spring breeze. And tears of blissfulness flowed out of his eyes as he was saying this. Then the bishop said, no, no, no. Our Pope has told us, life is like a thorn and we must renounce it. And even symbolically, Jesus himself wore a crown of thorns. So, how come you say this? Our Pope says otherwise. The yogi looked at him, smiled and said, well, that's his life. So, what you make out of it is not because of where you are, what you are, it is just what you make out of it, isn't it? So, have you created the necessary mechanism? Have you created the necessary system? Have you created the necessary ingredients within you to make this like the fragrance of jasmine on a spring breeze and not a thorn? If it's a thorn, we must pluck the damn thing out, isn't it? Isn't it so? Now that you're taking Devi home, how powerful, how mighty and how wonderful she becomes in your house simply depends on how much you feed of your heart to her. If you hold her as the highest entity in your home, not yourself, not your family, but if you hold Devi as the highest entity in your home, one who receives the grace of Devi need not ever fear failure, disease, death. All this will become a play.
Respectable SADHGURU'S, your global contribution for rivers, Rally of Rivers, is such a successful movement which is going to inspire not only India but in the whole world. Particularly, I am responsible for water resources, river connectivity, Ganga rejuvenation, and particularly the water is a subject related with my ministry. As with your blessings, we are trying to develop Clean Ganga mission, and which is really a big challenge for the country. You are absolutely correct. Without plantation, we cannot save our rivers. And that is the main theme behind the Rally for Rivers. You educate the masses, you inspire the people, and you give them a very specific target as far as the ecology and environment is concerned. As one of your admirer, it is a great pleasure and pride for me today to have this Jivan Gaurav Puraskar for you from Maharashtra Rajya Marathi Patrakar Sangha. And it's a great pleasure and pride for me that I got opportunity to give it to you. I'm not a so big man, but it is the blessings from your side to me. This is only my feeling about it.
The most embarrassing moments of my life or moments of accolades and awards, but I must thank you for organizing this. A river is a live thing. This great amount of work being done with the Ganga, cleaning of the Ganga. A lot of people think Ganga is dirty. No, we are dirty people. Essentially, if human beings go to sleep just for 1 year, in one flood season, Ganga will clean herself. So what Ganga needs is some responsible action from us. Soil is the most important thing. If we have rich soil, there will always be enough water. We as a generation of people, are we committed to take it in the direction of solution rather than driving it towards a problem? What is our gift to future generations? At least do we have the responsibility to give this nation to the next generation as our parents gave it to us? Maharashtra has been a very proactive state for Rally for Rivers. It is the most proactive state. We must congratulate you all for this. As Gadkariji was mentioning Sudhir Mungantiwar's name, this man is fire. Without his enthusiasm, these things wouldn't have happened. And of course, the Chief Minister is backing him 100%. And fortunately in Maharashtra, the Forest Minister and the Finance Minister are same. This has done wonders. We will be unfolding a project in Yavatmal, the Vagari River. We have chosen the most difficult place in the country. This is considered the epicenter of former suicide. There are a variety of reasons for this, but I'm 100% sure if the necessary cooperation is there, in 5 to 8 years' time, we can make a complete turnaround of this region. Every one of you who are proud Marathi people, we have to demonstrate this to the world. What looked like a hopeless piece of land, we can convert it into a very rich piece of land where people will live well. We have created a detailed project report. Our volunteers have been working for last 8 months on the ground, literally meeting every farmer in the region. Farmers are very eager and the government is very enthusiastic. If all of you are with us, I'm sure we will make this happen. Thank you very much.
Sadhguru, one question I keep thinking about is, if there were no numbers in life, we didn't know the concept of numbers, would I be more in rhythm with nature and life?
Namaskaram, Prasoon. I know you're a magician of words, you don't like numbers. Well, once you say me and you, well, there are two. Or even if you say myself, then there is one. Once there is one, then 10, 100, 1,000, million is just a natural consequence of that. So the moment you say me, you already created a number. The number is not only about how old are you, what time is it, when did I sleep, when did I wake up, it's not just about that. You and me itself are two numbers. So myself itself is a number. The only way to be beyond numbers is called as shunya. Yoga means no number. Why yoga means no number? The word yoga essentially means union, which means it is the science of how to obliterate the boundaries of your individuality. Obliterating the boundaries of your individuality means the first basic number, one, that is me, is obliterated. Once you take away one, what is a million or a billion or a zillion? Means nothing, everything is a zero. So, yoga means obliteration of numbers. Yoga means union. Union means no you and me, no many, there is just one. But there is not one, there is none. So, this is referred to in many different ways. It's called as shunya, it is called as Shiva, which means actually that which is not. That which is not cannot have numbers, only that which is has numbers. So, numbers are a natural consequence of physical existence. Only when one transcends the physical existence, there is a numberless existence. When we say something is limitless, we are also saying it's numberless. When we say something is boundless, we are also talking about no boundaries. No boundaries means there is no one or two. So numberless existence is possible only when there is an absolute state of yoga or union. That's what we're trying. This is my effort in my life, to take people into that experience of numberlessness. But keep the magic of words going, Prasoon. Magic of numbers is also beautiful in the form of mathematics as magic of words are. So both words and numbers are not two different things, because there is one word means there will be many words. There is number one means there will be many numbers. All this is a consequence of physical manifestation of existence. If one transcends the physical, then we use the most corrupted word, spiritual. What spiritual means is a numberless existence. Just outside of Pune, in early 80s, I came this way and I heard about these Karla caves, which are carved into the mountain, and I was on my motorcycle. I came alone and went up the mountain to Karla caves. It's a masterpiece of sculpture and engineering, but the most wonderful thing that impressed me was there were many statues of Buddha unfinished, because this used to be part of the sadhana that a monk who is good at sculpting gets engaged in making the image of a Buddha. And when he is near completion, everything is done, just the nose is a lump of rock yet to be completed. At that time, if the master who guides him, the mentor who guides him, finds that the monk is overly attached to what he is creating, he will ask him to stop. Everything is done, but the nose is just a lump of rock, but he leaves it right there. He doesn't have… he's not going to fight with the mentor and say, no, I'm going to complete my statue, this is my statue, and put his name there and then take a selfie with it. These are not the times. When they said stop, he just stopped. So, this was an extreme step in dispassion. What you're involved in creating, what matters a lot to you, what you put your life into, when you're asked to stop, you just stop. In this, there is liberation. In this, there is transformation. So, the Buddhist traditions used methods like this. You will see classic examples of that in Karla cave. It's I would say, anybody who passes this way, today, at that time this was a mountain roadway, today it is a very busy expressway. I don't think anybody is going to stop and go up to Karla caves, but I would say anybody who passes this way, at least one visit to Karla is a must.